It's one of college football's greatest rivalries, as the Buckeyes of Ohio State travel to the Big House to battle the Michigan Wolverines, as the guys of the Sports Reel podcast will be on location to cover the game of the year. Join Jason, Tim, and Eric at Taylor's Tavern in Holly, Michigan, for a special live broadcast of their popular podcast. Live Saturday, November 29th, beginning at 11:45 a.m. Come out, meet the guys, be a part of the show, and watch as Michigan and Ohio State continue their historic rivalry. Saturday, November 29th at Taylor's Tavern in Holly, Michigan, it's the Sports Reel podcast live on location, a presentation of the PFC Entertainment Network.
This episode is rated M for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed on this show are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect those of the PFC Entertainment Network or any of the affiliates that make this show possible.
This is the Pure Fury Creations Entertainment Network.
From the gridiron to the ball diamonds, from the hardwood to the ice rinks, from the fairways to the octagon and everywhere in between. If it makes headlines, it's fair game on the Sports Reel podcast on the PFC Entertainment Network. And we welcome you to a very special holiday week edition of the Sports Reel podcast, live on the PFC Entertainment Network, along with Tim Sheridan and Eric Mandel. I am Jason Klaus. We certainly appreciate you tuning in here tonight. We have a lot to cover in a concentrated amount of time. This is not one of our longer weeks. This is our condensed version. But be that as it may, we're going to blast through a whole shit ton of headlines here from the new streaming deal with Major League Baseball. We're going to be looking at the updated top 25 in the NCAA football ratings. And of course, we're going to be breaking down all things NFL. But before we get to all that, gentlemen, good to see you. It is holiday week. Thanksgiving is a couple of days away. As we're doing this live, how's things in your neck of the woods? You getting ready for the big holiday?
Oh yeah, love Thanksgiving. Love it. It's probably one of my favorite. Okay,
that wasn't me.
That was definitely you, Tim.
No, that wasn't
That
me.
was me.
Okay. Well, I want to blame Tim anyway because he's talked shit, so I had to put a hat on. So, but
you didn't have to put a hat on.
I did. I felt attacked, so I did. But ready for Thursday. Hoping my boss gives us Friday off. So that'd be nice to have a 4-day weekend.
Well, that must be nice because unfortunately, where I work,
your boss
I won't. No, it's not the boss. It's the damn company. Like you worked for the company. I'm not going to say what the company is, but we are mandatory Friday and Saturday. There's no calling in sick. There's no calling in anything.
But your other places aren't, so you should look around.
Nah.
Okay.
I have two very full-time jobs. One of them is where I work, the shoot job, and the other one is spending all my time on social media trying to spread glorious content to all of our fans, which turns out is like having another fucking full-time job. It's relentless. Like it's over, but I'm enjoying it a lot. And I like shooting little stupid videos and making fun of Eric. So it's the joy and bright side of my day every day that I get to do that. Other than that, I am excited about Thanksgiving. We got one hell of a football game coming up that day, and I don't know if I'm more excited about the football game or the food. Well, time will tell. But other than that, my life's pretty good right now. Jason, how you doing? Are you excited about Thanksgiving?
No.
Well, then I was not ready for that response at
Mr.
all.
Debbie Downer over there. What the hell?
Listen, the highlight is, and I don't want to rub salt in the wound just because of what you just laid out here. I do get a 4-day weekend. This is my last night of the week, so in that regard, I'm looking forward to it.
Dang,
what are you drinking there?
You know what we should have did?
What are you drinking there?
coffee.
Or do you work
He
tonight?
works tonight.
Oh,
so
damn
we should have did a special holiday episode and did tomorrow night because none of us had to work. We should have switched it up. We all dropped the ball on that one. I mainly blame Tim because it's Tim, but we all dropped the ball on that one.
Jason's got plans.
No, I don't.
Tomorrow's the biggest bar night of the year, and I'm like, I'm not going there. That's a DUI waiting to happen.
Why is that?
Because everyone has Thanksgiving off. Everyone has Thanksgiving off. Everything's closed.
Not everything.
Not everything, but mainly like there's some restaurants that still, but a lot of people have Thanksgiving off, and so that's why. I went out 1 year to Cheers in Lapeer, and it was like a high school reunion. I'm like, never again. Nope, I do not want to do that. Because you just go out drinking, you get drunk, you hungover, then you eat food and you sleep the day. That's how people do it. I don't get it, but.
No, I don't understand it either. It's just I'm not a real big bar goer to begin with. You know, I mean there
depends
was a
on the
time
night for
in
me.
my life when that was a thing, but you know here and now like it's just not very appealing to me. Every once in a blue moon. You know?
Well, you're old. That's why.
Well,
I'm just being honest. I'm old. I want to be in bed at 9 o'clock. I'm like I'm done with this.
You're not old, you bastard.
Old enough.
I feel old.
But okay, let's get into streaming. Tim, shut up. No
I was
one
going to
cares
ask
what you have to
Jason real
say.
quick. What the hell happened to our audio on Spotify last week? I tried to listen to that shit, and me and Eric sound like we're like, blah, 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 blah. But it's so weird because the clips you sent me for TikTok, they were clean. I'm like, what the hell happened to our audio there?
You sound like that every day.
I don't know what happened with that. Listen, I'm going to be straight up. I'll pull the curtain back, and I do want to make mention. My friend Lori is on here. I work with her, so she has a very seeing some of her comments is busting me up. There's been an issue with Riverside, and their communication with external links like to Spotify has been an issue for some reason. And furthermore, when I was trying to do the graphics for this week's show, I had to totally redo my whole approach with it because the files would not upload. So I had to break everything down individually, and you'll see what I'm talking about when we get to when we look at week 13. I don't know, like they go through a thing, man, where they'll upgrade their shit, but they don't let anybody know. And like if I'm recording or I'm editing during that time, it fucks everything up, and it makes us look bad, and I don't like it. Now, what I will tell you is when I went back and listened to it on iTunes, no problem whatsoever.
Oh, it was clean on iTunes?
Yeah, so I don't know if it was just the audio part of that, or if it was because it was audio and video. Like, I don't know what was happening there. So I do apologize.
No, I mean, it's all good because it was still, I mean, you could understand what we were saying. It just sounded really screwed up. I'm like, did I have my audio level? But I never changed my audio levels. Actually, I backed them off a little bit this week because I noticed that we sounded a little bit higher than what you did. But sometimes it's like a mismatch. Like sometimes your audio is like way up here and our audio is down here. So I try to keep it like adjusted depending on how I hear you as soon as we start the podcast.
Yeah, for sure. It's weird.
Hey, Tim.
Yeah.
Shut up. We got sports to talk about.
We are talking about sports.
No, we're not. We're talking about audio.
Well, that's part of the whole show, Eric.
Since you like
have
the
to
Pistons,
understand.
since we're digging the Pistons
I'm
lately.
rocking out the Pistons right now because them
let's talk
motherfuckers
about
are
how
on
they're
a
doing.
roll. They're hot. Except they had me a little scared last night when I was watching the game because it was kind of like watching the Lions the other day. It was like right down to the fucking nitty gritty, and it was 3 points left with 8 seconds left, and they were giving the ball back to the Pacers, and I'm like, fuck, this might not go. But it had all worked out, and the Pistons walked away winners. But yeah, it was a close game last night. The Pistons won another one, 13 in a row. I think we're looking at the thing right now. If they can beat Boston, I think Boston's going to be a big test for them. But after that, I'm thinking we're pretty clear for the rest of that week. If they get past Boston, I'm going to call it again where they just, another 4 wins.
Last week I told you that I was worried about the Atlanta Hawks. And
They killed them.
They really did. 120 to 112 last Wednesday night. They do have them again on Monday at home. So that's going to be playing at home, man. Like you guys know as well as anybody, what a huge advantage that is. And now that the Pistons are rolling the way that they are, that home court advantage is crucial right now.
When we were, the last time they've been this hot was when they won. I think the last time they won 12 in a row or 13 in a row was when they won it in 04, 03 and 04. And I remember other NBA players saying, when you went, to the Palace to play them and atmosphere, basketball, the playoff atmosphere, because the announcer we had, dude, that crowd was rocking. Like they literally, a lot of the other players said it was hard to win there. It was one of the hardest places to win because everyone was so hyped there. And I'm like, I'm hoping it gets back to that point. Like you go into Little Caesars Arena, it's going to be tough. The fans are going to be there. The place is going to be rocking. It's not easy to win on the road. So I'm hoping they can keep it going. I really am.
Did anybody assume? Did anybody even?
Nope,
have
not even.
Inkling.
Not even. No one thought the Pistons were going to be this hot right away, and I cannot. The fact is that they're firing on all cylinders, and I'm hearing trade rumors of AD coming here. I'm like, you don't need to do that. They're already. What do you need to change?
Right.
What do you need to change? Maybe get some other key players, to fill in, but don't get a big name. Maybe he'll do good. I don't know. But what are you going to give up? Right now, everyone that's playing is the locker room's great. Don't change it. Do not change what's working. Why fix something that's not broken?
You look at that though, and then we bitch.
Besides Tim, we need to fix him a lot.
I don't know. Thank God I finally got you to put on a damn hat because you were going to scare our audience. But fucking, we talk about they shouldn't make a trade right now because they're playing very well. But we bitch when the Tigers don't make the moves that we want to. The Tigers don't make the moves that we want them to when we want them to, and then the Lions don't make any moves this year, and we kind of bitch about that a little bit. So, do we need to make a trade? We're hot right now. I wouldn't give up any of the pieces that we have right now to make a trade, but you need some, depth to get through a season. We're very, this is like we're at the beginning part of the season still, and they're playing hot.
I like what he said.
We need to carry through.
Orlando will be a good test because they are a good team.
Yeah, that'll be good. I think Boston's going to be a good test too. Like if they get through Boston, they're looking better. They've been beaten up on some teams that, it's kind of like if you look at it in NFL terms, everybody's all hot on the Chicago Bears right now, but they really haven't beat a team that's over 500 besides maybe the Steelers. And that was without Aaron Rodgers, so it's hard to even call. But yeah, I want to see them keep on going.
What did you just bring up the Steelers for?
I was talking about the Chicago Bears and how they beat the Steelers, but the Steelers are over 500.
Okay, we're talking about NBA.
I was making. Did you listen to just a small portion of what I just talked about?
Mainly when you talk, you know how the parents talked in Charlie Brown? That's what I hear.
Yeah, I'm about fucking sure. But yeah, I think if they get past Boston, I think you're right. Orlando's a pretty big test.
They will be.
But they're playing so hot right now that I could see them taking the next 4. When we get beyond that in the next month, I think we got the Lakers coming up at some point. And that's going to be a big test.
You've called their wins the last 2 shows. I'm going with Tim. They can win the next 4.
I'm really good at calling fucking wins. I mean, you look at when we get to the NFL.
Shut up. Shut up. No one wants to hear it. Shut up. The Pistons are hot. They're not, they're the reality. The East is down though right now. There's not really anyone that's
pretty soft.
Yeah. There's not really anyone that's hard left to play in the East. And that's what sucks. So the real test is when we, like you said, Orlando, when we start playing some, West Coast teams, on the other side. So we'll see what really comes that play.
Can you look up real quick for me, Jason, while you're right there, and let me know when they're playing the Lakers? I think it's coming up sometime in December, because I think that's going to be the first real big test. Now that the most hated player in basketball, LeBron James, obviously we don't really care for him a whole lot on this show, and I don't know if he's the most hated, but all I ever see is hate for LeBron James on TikTok. So I'm going with it.
Yeah. I don't care. There's not enough time in the day to spread hate. How about you spread joy?
December 30th. Okay,
so we got a while.
In LA.
Yep. So that's gonna be the game that I got my eyes locked onto right now. And I was like scrolling through. If anybody haven't noticed, we've made a TikTok recently. Over there, it's Sports Real. It's at Sports Real PFC. You can find us the Sports Real podcast on TikTok. Go on there and give us a like. But I was on there and I made a post about which. It was actually our podcast clip from last week. When we were talking about who the next team in Detroit to bring home a championship was, and somebody made a comment on there about how it's probably the Pistons, but basketball is dead. Nobody gives a shit about basketball. And I have to go back and say, when I'm going through all these posts and stuff like that, I can tell you the one thing, the two biggest sports right now that are getting the most responses and the most feedback, and it's the NBA and it's the NFL. So you can't tell me that basketball is dead, because they've actually been getting more feedback than what the NFL is. So I think the NBA is back on the come up.
Well, yeah, that whole scandal and everything, that's why.
Well, and that could be draw some eyes back to the NBA, but at the same time, like, the NBA is becoming fun to watch again, because you have teams like the Pistons that are rolling, they're hot, and it's not a fucking super team.
Yeah, no,
people got sick of the super teams. Yeah,
that'll be a good game.
Yeah,
that'll be a good game. Any team out west is going to be a test for the Pistons, because the East is soft right now. So the Hornets will be a decent test for them. Do I think they'll win that one? Yes, but hopefully no one gets banged up by then. At any given day, someone can get hurt or something can happen. Hoping nothing does happen. Knock on wood, but we'll see what happens going on with that. So it happens a lot in that sentence, so I shouldn't do that.
Dave, that's pretty rude, man, because I'm not that round anymore. I'm down 90 pounds, bro. Get with it. I'm slightly round, but I'm down 90 pounds. I've worked very hard on that, David. You're going to make me
Dave's
cry.
on one tonight. I can tell right out of the bat. So.
But yeah, no, I think basketball's back on the come up.
I would agree.
I think super teams are a dying breed now, and I'm excited to see the Pistons rolling. And they've been a lot of fucking fun to watch. Like, I've actually been watching these games. Last night, like I said, they had me on the edge of my seat there at the end. I was a little worried because they were going for that 13th. And tomorrow night they'll be going for that 14th against Boston. It's just like, when does this end? You know what I mean? They just keep winning. It's a team effort. It's Cade's out there doing, fucking crazy shit right now.
He's averaging like 25 points a game.
Yeah, like he's playing his ass off, and he's having a career year right now. But it's not just him. It's everybody. It's the whole team coming together.
I don't know who tied the game for us last night. It was the 23. I don't know his name, but he made 2 threes within 6 seconds to tie the game.
Yeah,
with a dude in his face in the corner to tie it, to put it into OT, and it's like that. They're playing good. The locker room's right. Everyone's on the same page, and they're you don't mess it up. You leave it how it is. You don't mess it up. You might want to get some other key players, not big names, but people that just want to come. Hey, let's win. This is our chance.
Yeah,
make something happen. This is our chance. The window's wide open for the Pistons in the East. There's no one in the East really threatening them right now. Make the if you gotta make some little trades, do it. You don't need to go big name though.
No, I'm the whole big name thing. Sometimes that comes back and bites you in the ass, especially in the future. You look at it. I mean, all of our teams that have had success in the past, were not based off of big name trades and everything else. In fact, most of the time that's bit us in the ass. You look at the man, that was loud. That cut my mic off for a second. Holy shit!
25 ounces, brother.
Bush. But fucking yeah, like all of our teams that had success and won championships, we've talked about this before. It wasn't based off of bringing superstars here, and I don't want to go down that. What the fuck? It sounds like there's a washing machine on.
Damn it, beer! Look what you did. So what happened?
Jason, do you have a washing machine on? Because I think it's coming from
I don't.
That damn noise is back again. Son of a bitch. Like
no,
that crazy ass like snow noise. It's not that bad this time though. Like when we had Isaac on that one time, it was like, what the fuck is that? Because it was like super loud, but it's just like pretty slight in the background. So we'll just tell people you have a washing machine on in the background, and we'll just go with that. Jason's doing his weekly laundry right now since it's last night of work. He wants to get caught up, so he has a lot of free time to do a bunch of shit on his days off.
Stop lying to our viewers.
We don't have to lie. I mean, he's got.
You're lying.
You set him up. I mean, he's got to work tonight. He's got tomorrow off. So
we
Thursday he's got Thanksgiving.
We should have done.
Friday he's going spelunking. Saturday he's got the live show at Taylor's
Tavern. Pull up the Red Wings. He's just start rambling.
No, yeah, that's what I do.
Exactly. That's why let's talk about the Red Wings.
Ronnie said package Tobias and Lever, maybe a first round pick for a solid stretch shooter helps do endure.
That'd be good.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I'd like that.
That would definitely be good.
Ronnie knows his shit when it comes to the NBA.
I don't even know who Ronnie is, but I like him because his name's Ronnie.
He's another work friend of mine. He works at the same shoot job that I do. And,
hey, shoot job, poop job.
Well, if Ronnie knows all this shit, he needs to come on here one time and get on here live.
Click the link, Ronnie.
And talk a little NBA with us, even though we're moving on from the NBA now. We're moving into the NHL.
We do.
Which
Wings have been up and down lately.
Yes, they have. I made a post last week. They did hit a point where they were number one in their division, but then instantly
they're not like the Red Wings stringing wins. They're winning, losing. So they're still in the hunt, but they need to figure out what they're doing.
So recapping last week, a 4-2 win over Tim's favorite team, the Kraken.
The Kraken.
On Tuesday, Thursday, got blown the fuck out by the New York Islanders. 5-0.
Yep, we did.
Saturday, an overtime win over the Columbus Blue Jackets, 4-3, and then last night, Monday, a 4-3 loss to the New Jersey Devils.
So you went 2-2, so that's better than nothing. But man, you gotta figure something out. You gotta get 3 out of the 4.
Consistency.
Because you got Nashville, that's a good team. You got Tampa Bay coming up. The Bruins, you got a tough 4 games coming up. You really do.
Yeah, back-to-back games against the Bruins is going to be.
That's going to be tough, and Tampa Bay's good, and yeah, those are going to be 4 tough games, and I don't know what they're going to do. They better figure something out. And luckily you're only at Boston once, so you got home ice 3 games out of 4. So if you can pull 3 out of 4 at home, that'd be great.
My idea, and I said this at the beginning of the season, if you play 500 hockey, or just above 500, you're going to stay relevant and you're going to stack points and you're going to get somewhere this season. You don't have to win them all. You know what I mean?
No, you don't.
You don't have to do what the Pistons are doing right now. You just have to stay relevant right now. And they're kind of just skirting along that line.
They are.
Where, a couple of wins and they're back first in their division. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? A couple of losses and they fall a little bit back. But if you just stay right there, you're moving right in the right direction,
They are. And yeah, they're hanging out and all that, but they need to figure out to, instead of 2-2, to go 3-1, and all that. Jason, what's your thoughts?
500 hockey is not going to be good enough in the Eastern Conference.
Oh, no, not at all. That's why I just let Tim talk.
It flies in the Western Conference, but that's not going to fly here. Not when you got Boston. That's, you got Boston, you got Pittsburgh.
Look at New York. You look at New York Islanders. You 4-1. 4-1. Yeah. You got your ass spanked. Or 5-1. It was bad. That's the East team. The East team, you got to pull it together. So you got to start getting, instead of splitting 2-2, you got to get that 3-1. You got to 4-0. You got to get those games handled.
And that's what Eric and I talked about here a couple of weeks ago. Was the move from Western Conference to the Eastern Conference detrimental to Detroit? Yes, it was. We have seen that. The results don't lie. But this is what makes Detroit. It gives them the opportunity to, if they're going to become another major powerhouse like they were in the 90s, moving to the East was a good move. So there is no disputing the fact that if they're going to win, it's going to be because they are ultimately the best team in the NHL. Mm-hmm. The Western Conference, they're dominated by a couple of teams, whereas the Eastern Conference, you're looking at 5 at least.
You're looking at a lot of teams.
Yeah. I
Well,
mean, it's anybody's
you can
ball
name
game
6
over
right off the rip.
there. Yep. You can. I mean, I just rattled off a couple of them.
Yeah. Well, you got Boston. You got, I think, Tampa Bay and Florida, or the Panthers are in the East.
Yep.
Then you got the Islanders. Then you got the
Yep.
New York Devils. There's 5 right there. That's not including the
Right.
Red Wings that are hanging out right now. Yeah, the East is a hard place to win. It's not an easy. It's not an easy conference to win, and that's why the Wings are struggling. They went from the West to the East. They're trying to adapt to that, and Yzerman's working and all. And, he's trying to make the right moves, and I think he's finally getting it. Like, we're definitely looking more consistent. Yeah, we're splitting 2-2, but that's better than what it used to be.
Right. Yeah,
So
it's better
he's
than
getting
1 and
it
3.
the right way, and 7 years of him being here, it's a rebuild. Hockey's not like a rebuild in football. Like, okay, so like look at Detroit, the Lions. Last 3 years they rebuilt it. Look where they're at now. They're always a contender. They're always a tough team to play. Hockey's a little different. There's more development. There's more into it than it goes to other sports. So it's a little bit harder to rebuild. It might take a little bit longer for Yzerman to make us to where we're at in the NHL, like the Lions are in the NFL.
Yeah, it's not a quick turnaround. It kind of reminds me a lot of baseball.
Oh, 100%.
They draft players, they got to
100%.
work their way through up the system.
Well, yeah, you got Double A, you got Triple A. Yeah, like that's just like you got the Grand Rapids Griffins. Stuff like that. You just got to develop players. It's just playing. That's it. That's why
Or
NBA has
the
summer
Lansing
league.
Lugnuts.
Exactly.
I was wondering what that head is. I can barely see it on the camera, but I was wondering what it was.
Yeah, the Lugnuts.
Yeah, I can see it now.
Well,
Double A affiliate for the World Series champion Dodgers.
That's
No,
fair.
I'm sorry. What was the Athletics?
that's fair. Well,
Well, they're still
All
the
right.
Athletics, right?
let's get into
Yeah.
that top 25 because there's a lot going on this week, and this is the best week of college football because it's rival week.
Do you want to do that, or do you want to talk about the MLB deal real quick?
Yeah,
What
let's
are you talking
bang
about?
that
Yeah,
up.
bang
Let's
the
bang
ML.
that up.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
All right, Major League Baseball made a lot of headlines this past week with the announcement that they are going to be streaming their games across multiple platforms, which opens up doors of opportunity for fans to see these games. A lot of them out of market, obviously. It did raise a lot of questions, and how is that going to affect local markets, the blackouts, this type of thing. But there were some heavy hitters that came into this deal, and we talked about this, we have talked about this off and on, especially with Netflix getting more heavily involved with live sports presentations. What's happened now? Netflix, ESPN, and NBC Universal and Peacock have now acquired rights for various games of the Major League Baseball season for at least 2 years. It'll be the 26, 27, I'm sorry, three seasons. The 26, 27, and 28 seasons. Netflix will air the World Baseball Classic. They will have an opening night game, and they're going to be the exclusive broadcast rights for the Field of Dreams game and the Home Run Derby during the All-Star break. ESPN is acquiring, this is the big one. If you're a baseball fan, this was the one that raised questions. ESPN has acquired the rights to MLB.TV. And they are now going to be the exclusive distributor of the MLB app, where you get to see all of the games, including a national midweek game package that will air on ESPN's linear channels as well as their app. That's kind of a big one, and it does extend their partnership with Major League Baseball for over 25 years now. The one that I got excited about was Peacock. And Peacock is going to take over the broadcast for Sunday Night Baseball. They're also going to be taking over the Sunday leadoff show. And they will be broadcasting the Wild Card series in the postseason. So NBC is now back in the baseball game, and I'm pretty excited about that.
I just have to say one thing when you're talking about it is NBC. Fuck NBC right now.
Yeah,
I'm
fuck
pissed off at them.
I don't know why, but fuck them.
Because I have Fubo currently, so I can watch all of fucking the NFL games, and I only keep it for 6 months. But right now they're in a dispute with NBC, so all my NBC channels are dead. So I had to actually watch Sunday Night Football or Monday Night Football on Fubo, or no, it was Sunday Night Football because Monday night's on ESPN. It was
you
Sunday
make
Night
up your
Football.
mind?
I had to watch it on Peacock, and the stream from Peacock was horrendous. It kept on freezing. It was just shit, which is pretty odd because Peacock usually has their their shit together since it is NBC's app. But it was fucking horrendous. I could barely watch it. Like, it just kept freezing, and I had to keep rewinding and going forward. It was shit. It kind of reminded me of the Tyson fight, the Jake Paul Tyson fight on Netflix when it just kept on fucking up. So they got a lot of work to get ready for the influx of, the amount of people that are going to be watching this.
What's interesting as you say that, what you're describing, the issues that you had with Peacock, I have with ESPN on my TV. When I'm watching on my tablet or I'm watching it on my phone, no problems whatsoever. But if I'm watching ESPN, anything ESPN on my TV, very glitchy, especially the WWE pay-per-views. But like it happened, I was watching Alabama and Arkansas last week, and it kept freezing, it kept glitching, like the audio was off. It was weird, man, and it hasn't cleared up since. I don't have that issue with Peacock. Peacock is clear as a fucking bell. So I don't know, man. Like, this is what I worried about when everything started moving to streaming platforms. This is a prime example of, I'm like, man, I get it. It's supposed to be designed for us, the consumer, to save money on our TV viewing habits. But like we have said time and time again, especially with the way ESPN has all their shit structured, we're wind up paying more now to watch these games. And if you are a hardcore baseball fan, like I am, and I know Scott is, because he chimed in here a moment or two ago, we're having to get 3 different platforms, and that's not including MLB.TV. That's going to be a whole nother charge. You know what I mean? So it's like, what? Somebody's got to say something here and do something.
It's all about this.
I know
it's
it
all
is,
about
Eric,
the money.
It's gonna
the problem.
Yeah.
It's about keeping the working man down and just having to spend money to watch our only things that give us joy in this world, besides Tim being a bitch.
That wasn't very nice.
It was.
But it's gonna kill a lot.
You
of
got me
sports.
talking stuff before you talked shit before we even got on. So like you've messed up my mojo. So that my insults are not the greatest. So you got me.
Yeah.
You jumped the gun, but continue.
My thing on this is I fucking hate it, to be honest. One, it's going to kill baseball. To have to jump all over the place. Now, Peacock, I actually enjoy Peacock. One, because it's about the cheapest, streaming platform that you can get into every month, because all the rest of them are outrageously expensive now. When they first started out, they were pretty cheap. I remember when I first signed up for fucking Disney Plus, it was like $10.99 a month, and now it's like $20. And the only reason I even keep it even active is because Matt actually enjoys going back and watching the shit on there, and he doesn't even live in the house. You know what I mean? But he uses it more than I do, so I pay $20 a month so he can go back and watch reruns of the Marvel shit. But Peacock I like because it's cheap. They let me down a little bit. Maybe that was my internet service. I don't know. That night. Maybe my internet was lacking out. But I've never had that issue on Fubo. So, like, I'm pissed off at Fubo for that thing. But at the end of the day, I don't understand it because the contracts are so weird between it. Disney owns fucking everything now. Disney owns ESPN, they own Fubo, they own Hulu, they own fucking everything. I don't understand how it's all separate businesses, because if you can, you have a contract with ESPN now, Fubo, I can get ESPN, but I can't get NBC. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? It's all the same fucking company.
Well, NBC is owned by Comcast. They're owned by a different, and I keep track of this shit. I'm weird this way. Peacock NBC is owned by Comcast.
Oh yeah, they're
NBC,
not Disney. That's right.
Universal.
Yeah.
But you're right. Like Disney has ABC, they have National Geographic, they have Hulu, whatever's under their package, Disney owns that shit.
Yeah.
Now Paramount Plus is starting to become a heavier hitter. That's why UFC went over there. They're trying to establish themselves as the number 3 streaming brand. But Netflix learned a lot from the Tyson Paul fight, and now that's they're really getting heavy into live sports. That's how I watch Monday Night Raw every week. That's how we're going to be seeing MLB games, NFL games are going to be on there on Christmas Day. Eventually, I feel like it's going to become a two horse race here. It's going to be Disney. It's going to be Netflix. It's just I don't know, man. But Eric nailed it. It's all about the money. They don't give a fuck about the fans, about the consumer.
Nope.
All they care about is how much money can they line their pockets with.
Mm-hmm.
But I have maintained that's only going to be sustainable for so long before you turn people off, because they're going to be finding any way and every way to get around this. VPN is going to be that alternative. Dave writes on here, Paramount might acquire HBO Max. They already have them.
Yeah.
But I have something to say about that, because Paramount just lost their biggest money piece coming up, I think in 2026, 2027, whatever it is, because apparently Taylor Sheridan signed a contract once his contract with Paramount is up, or CBS, he's going to NBC. So like he's their biggest cash cow right now with all the shows that he's been bringing out. So that's going to be a huge loss for them, which makes sense. I mean, I think they'll still be okay with the UFC thing. Obviously, we talked about that. I think they need to drive more into live sports too to keep up with that, because they're
put it this way. It's all fucking stupid. I remember a couple of years ago when you had to fucking have Peacock to watch the Miami Kansas City fucking wild card game. It's fucking stupid. Why do you gotta put it on fucking TV? Why you gotta have fucking something to watch? It's dumb.
Thursday Night Football. Unless you're in the market, the only place you can catch it is
Amazon.
Prime.
I know.
It's Amazon.
Yeah, I pay for it. But it's fucking stupid.
Yeah, which, by the way, they've really gotten their shit together, because for the first about 6 months that I was watching fucking Thursday Night Football on there, it was the most glitchy shit I've ever watched in my life. And I couldn't even watch it. Now it's fucking smooth and perfect.
Yeah, but no, it's just dumb. It's dumb. It's all about the money. They don't give a fuck about anyone else. They just want to fill their pockets. Blah blah blah. Fuck them. They're gonna ruin sports for everyone. Eventually, the people are gonna say, "Fuck you, we're not paying this," and they're gonna have to. Something's gonna happen. That's what will happen.
Yep, and that's going to be a bad day. And then,
It is.
Then they're going to be sitting there wondering, well, why are we not filling the stands? Why are we not moving merchandise?
Because the fans are going to be fucking annoyed with it. Fans are going to be annoyed with it. It's already so much money to go to a fucking game. Why are you making us pay money just to fucking watch it? Fuck you.
No, I feel you right there, and that's the whole reason why right now I am completely 100% boycotting the WWE, because I can't watch shit because I refuse to pay the extra money for ESPN every fucking month. It's ridiculous. I'm fucking done with it. Unless they drop the prices, it's not feasible anymore. I'm spending so much fucking money every month just to stream. I mean, I'm $100 a month on Fubo. Fucking, I said FUBU, like I'm bringing me back to the 90s there, when everybody was rocking FUBU gear. I'm spending so much money. I bet you I spend more in a month than what I would have just for cable, just on streaming services.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Honestly, but cable doesn't give you the availability that all these streaming services give you. You know what I mean?
Don't.
There's so much unlimited content, which I still don't understand how me and my wife can sit down, after dinner and go, we want to watch something, and spend the next 45 minutes scrolling to try to find something to watch, because we fucking watched everything already. And we have just about every streaming service you can fucking name. I'm sick of paying for them all. I need to start cutting them down.
I'm ready to get rid of Netflix because they're charging too much for bullshit shows on there.
Oh, Netflix
There's
is
nothing
awesome.
good.
Stranger Things is coming out tomorrow.
Blech.
Oh, you don't like Stranger Things?
I don't watch TV.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I got a yard to clean up, and I keep up on my leaves. I'm like you,
dude. No, my leaves are pretty much all picked up, you asshole. Haven't you walked by there a little bit? Like
It's dark when I get here, so
Yeah,
no.
my leaves are pretty much done, except for what's fallen off the oak tree next door in the backyard that I still have to finish up. And that's blue over here, and the neighbor did his half, so my half where his oak tree is kind of looks like shit. But the rest of the yard looks fucking amazing because I've already done them all. Dick. But
Still.
fucking do you wear a hat when you do your leaves too?
I wear a hood because it's cold out because it's fall.
Yes, it is. Which, by the way, I need to get you over to clean out my gutters one of these days.
Exactly. But let's get to that top 25 because I want to talk about.
Yes, let's get there.
I want to talk about the big game this week.
There's a game this week.
Yes, let's go Ohio.
Boycott.
That's a fucking
podcast.
lie. Like, I'm not an Ohio
boycott.
fan. I'm just trying to get underneath Eric's skin.
You know how to fucking do it, especially this week, you asshole.
I'm really working him up right now. Like,
yeah, because if they win, I'm going to kick you in the nuts. So, yeah, keep working me up, asshole.
I am under this motherfucker's skin today,
Okay.
and I'm loving it.
Okay.
A lot of moving and shaking in the top 25.
Oh, look at that number one team, Eric.
I'm not paying
Fuck
attention.
with you. I'm not even a fan of them.
I know you're not. You just want to fuck with me.
All right, number 1, Ohio State. 2, Indiana. 3, Texas A&M. 4, Georgia. 5, now Texas Tech. Ole Miss is at 6. Oregon remains at 7. 8, Oklahoma. 9, fuck Notre Dame. And 10, Alabama. 11, BYU. 12 is Utah. 13 is Miami of Florida. 14, Vanderbilt. USC's at 15. Georgia Tech, man, they took a significant tumble. They're down at 16 now. 17 is Texas. 18, Michigan. 19 is Virginia. 20, Tennessee. Shout out to you, Scott. 21, Illinois. 22, Missouri. 23 is Houston. 24, Tulane. And 25, Arizona State. Now, I'm going to be straight up with you. When I did the research this afternoon to make this graphic, I had to hit the refresh button like 3 or 4 times to make sure I wasn't being ribbed or if I wasn't looking at something from 2022 or something. Because Arizona State was not on my radar at any point. They
were in the college football playoffs last year.
Right, but when I started making these graphics for the show, they were not in consideration.
No, they took a back year. You know, you had Cam Scadaboo as a running back, and they went pretty far and all that. So yeah, they're starting to get back to who they are, and I'm happy to see them there because I like seeing other names in the top 25. Like Illinois is up there. That's awesome. Love seeing it. You know, but the big question in the room is Michigan needs to win this week to get a playoff spot. They only have one loss in the Big Ten. They only have one loss, and there is a chance that Ohio State and Michigan can play in the Big Ten championship game this year. It's going to take a lot because I know Washington has to beat Oregon. That's going to be tough. And I know Purdue has to beat Indiana. And then Michigan has to win against Ohio State. I don't see Purdue beating Indiana at all.
All right. Now, Eric, you and I are going to be live on location Saturday for the game.
Yep.
Michigan and Ohio
The game.
State.
It's called The Game. There's nothing like it.
Now, in all seriousness,
If they lose, I'm going to get blackout drunk.
that's not going to happen anyway.
Exactly.
Seriously though, when you look at how these two teams match up, if you're being 100% honest, take your fandom off the table for.
Don't you
second.
fucking say it.
No, stop. I want to hear what he's got to say.
Does Michigan have a viable chance to knock off the Buckeyes again?
Well, let's take a step back to last year when they weren't even ranked. They were a 6-5 team, and they went into Columbus and beat them. If they can get up 10-0 in the first half against Ohio State somehow, because they're a better team this year, that's how they're going to beat them. If they can rattle Ohio State early, I think they have a very good chance. But I'm worried as Ohio State's going to remember last year when they know they should have dominated Michigan, and they did. And those two defensive tackles for Michigan controlled that game. And Ohio State's defense is very good this year. Offenses don't travel. Defenses travel. That's what I'm worried about. If Bryce Underwood, he is great. He's a great quarterback, but he's a freshman. So, he's a true freshman. He's going to make some mistakes. He looked pretty good against Maryland last week. He's got to be on top of his game because this is the game. This is why you go to Michigan. You go to Michigan to beat Ohio State. You go to Michigan. It's the last two national championships going head-to-head to this week. If they can rattle Ohio State and get up 10-0 or more in the first half, they have a very good chance to beat them. That is my opinion on that.
I have to say this. I'm going to put my 2 cents in this. I always look at this almost like a divisional matchup in the NFL. These two teams know each other so well. They work so hard to prepare for each other every year that the games are always, it doesn't matter if, Ohio State was a shit team and Michigan was the best team in the country or vice versa. They're always going to play each other super fucking tough because this is what they prepare for. This is a big game to them every year. They know each other. They're going to play each other above what they play other teams regardless. And that's just my 2 cents on it. It's going to be a good close game. You know what I mean? It's not, it's college football. It's not like the NFL, but you look at it, think of it like a divisional matchup. You say it's a big game. No, it's the game. It's literally marked on every calendar of those two teams from the beginning of the season. Yeah.
And since Ohio State lost last year, they had this date marked on their calendar since this year.
Well, when's the last time they even won? It's been how many days?
I haven't looked it up yet.
Damn.
You got me on that one.
Slacking.
You got me on that one. Yeah. It's been 2,000 plus, and it's
a long fucking time.
It is, and after last year, I know Ohio State is definitely. They have players on their team that have not beat Michigan.
Yep.
And the Michigan has players on their team that have not lost to Ohio State. That's huge. That is huge. You get a gold little necklace with a pair of pants from Ohio State if you beat Michigan.
I honestly
think there are
think
players on that team that do not have CJ Stroud doesn't have those gold pants.
No.
Because he's not beat Michigan. This game is the game. This is the best week for college football because everyone knows what it is. This is the rival. This is what makes college football. The only other rival I could say is close to this is probably Alabama-Auburn because that's an in-state rival, and that's huge. You had when, Auburn returned that field goal to beat Alabama in the fourth quarter. That's a huge rival. But you say the game, everyone in college football knows what you're talking about. If Michigan can come out hot, you're in Ann Arbor, this is what you need. You can come out, get a couple points. Don't make Bryce Underwood throw more. He's young, athletic. He's big. He's what you need. Let him use his legs. Control the ball, run the ball. You have a great running back. You have a pretty good defense. This is a rival game. Everything's on the line. This is your season, and I think Michigan has a very good chance to beat Ohio State.
I appreciate your analysis there.
I get emotional because this is like the one thing. Like, I love Lions football and all that, but like beating Ohio State, it's top of the list. That it just makes the year go by a lot Better.
Let's go, Ohio.
This
I fucking hate you. I fucking hate you.
This is the one game of the week, or the one game of the year, where there is such a source of contentiousness at my shoot job, because the majority of the people that I work with are Michigan fans, but the Ohio State fans come out in obnoxious droves.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, there's one guy that used to, I think I told you guys this.
You told me this, yep.
Paints his face red and crimson and gray or whatever.
Yep,
they call
scarlet and gray or something like that.
Yeah, gray and red.
Semen and gray. I don't know. It's whatever.
But like it's on that level, and there's a lot of shit talking going on.
Oh yeah, it just brings out. Well, it's the game. That's why it's called the game.
I'm surprised. Like, you look at college football wise like that. Like in the state of Michigan, it wouldn't be Michigan versus Michigan State. I know that's a big deal.
That's a big
also.
No, it's just they don't even say their name.
But Michigan versus Ohio. You know what I mean? And
It's just something different.
It's something different.
It's Bo
Maybe it's-
Schembechler. It's Woody. It's just the rival. It's Desmond Howard striking the freaking Heisman pose on him when he returned a punt. It's Charles Woodson returned a punt to beat him. It's more than that. It's when Ohio State was number 1 and Michigan was number 2 in 2006, and we went into the horseshoe and fucking lost. It's just, you remember those moments.
It goes back to a rivalry that's even deeper than football. You know what I mean?
It is.
Michigan's always hated Ohio. Ohio's hated Michigan. I mean, look up your history. Michigan and Ohio went to war with each other over fucking Toledo.
Yeah.
So, like, we've been feuding for hundreds of years. You know what I mean? Like, fuck Ohio, but go Ohio.
Right.
Well, as another programming
That
note,
it could,
Eric,
Scott.
That's so funny.
Let's get into the NFL. I'm sick of hearing him say Ohio. Go Ohio. What
Eric
is
and I
what
are
is
gonna
your take on the game, Jason?
Listen,
What is your take on it?
I have said I'm a Michigan State guy, and everybody knows that.
That's fair.
This-
That's fair.
I'll tell you how this rivalry.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Eric playing with buttons over here. What the fuck? dude?
You see, my hands were folded in front of. Yeah, it was not me.
Is that what happened?
They're right
Exactly what happened.
here. It's fucking Tim. You know, he's saying go Ohio. He's fucking with everybody.
He's so passionate about college football.
I'm gonna throw my empty beer can at his head here in a second. You got how many more you got in there? Give me another one.
I only have one more, so you're
Oh,
out of luck
damn.
unless you run upstairs, but you can't because your daughter's up there. and
Yeah, she'll
be
freak out.
addicted.
Yeah, won't be able to come back down. But what is your take on this game coming up with how you see Ohio is and how Michigan is? What do you think the outcome will be?
This is how this rivalry resonates with me as a Michigan State guy. This is the 1 week of the year I actually root for Michigan. Now, I'm not going to go out and buy a bunch of Wolverine swag, but like I'm pulling Ohio State. Like, there are teams within the realm of sports I call evil empires, or the Drizzly.
You just hate them.
Shits,
You just
or-
hate them.
I do.
Yep.
New York Yankees is at the top of that
Yep.
list. Ohio State is number 2.
See, Ohio State's number 1 for me. Fuck them.
And
Hate them.
Notre Dame is right behind them.
Yep.
Okay. So this is the 1 week of the year I do root for the Wolverines, and I'm not ashamed
I'll take
to
it.
admit that. Now, with this game being in Ann Arbor, with this game being what it is, and the fact that
Michigan needs a win to get in the playoffs. They need this win.
They are clearly living rent free in Ohio State's head, especially the coach. Ryan Day, I believe is his name.
Yes, sir.
That dude, like, they are haunting that dude's dreams.
I'm surprised he has not got fired yet for how many times? Like 4 years in a row. Come on. Like, usually that's the game. Like, usually you go to those two schools to beat, and that's how you get judged on if you're going to make it or not. I'm surprised he's not. If I feel like if he loses this year, there might be a new coach in Ohio.
Could very well be.
I think
Could
so.
very well be.
Even though he brought him a national championship, all the players even said it wasn't a successful season because they didn't beat Michigan.
What I would say is that home field is going to play a huge role in this. Weather could be a factor.
Oh, I hope it snows. I hope it's a shitty game. I hope it's a ground and pound Michigan, Ohio State Big Ten game. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping it's just a smash mouth football. That's what I want. You don't care about anything else about just beating. It could be a low scoring game. It's just that's all you care about. It just sets the mood. Late in November, it's snowing, it's cold. It's what you want.
Right. I see Michigan pulling this one out.
Let's get into the NFL. Let's end on that great note. Get into the NFL.
I was going to say it's 7:40 here, gentlemen.
Yep,
and we
let's
still
see
have to get anything. Well, let's see how bad you guys
Shut
this
up.
past week at
We did okay.
picks.
I think so.
Which we shouldn't even have you guys make picks about this game this weekend because you guys are fucking horrible at this. Just let
What
me
a
pick.
dick.
That's Tim. It's Tim for you.
All right. Well, Tim is still in the lead overall, 115 to 63. Eric maintains the second spot, 100 to 76. And I am in the basement.
You're 2 games behind me. It's a very, very close race. I gotta Gotta pull ahead a little bit more. Well, let's get into your stats, Timothy. Get off your fucking phone.
I'm
I don't give a shit.
working in our chats right now, all right, gentlemen? Like, let me get going.
It's your time to shine. Get these stats
Another
going.
beautiful, wonderful week here in the NFL. Yeah, let's get into it. I do have to admit, I only did one side of the paper this week because I knew we were going to have a short show and I'd have to bang through this shit.
I get it.
So I kind of picked out the games that I wanted to cover. Obviously, some of my favorite
Like
teams.
you said, we all
Obviously,
dropped the ball.
divisional matchups.
We all dropped the ball. We could have had a Wednesday show, been on here for like 3 hours. No one had to work tomorrow, but we fucked up. Continue with your stats.
All right. First game on my
show.
Oh, we could do a bonus show.
I'm game for tomorrow.
We could talk a lot of shit about almost anything. I mean, we could go on sidebar after sidebar after sidebar.
Get your stats
real
going.
quick, Texans 23 over the Bills 19. Fuck, I think all of us picked this game wrong this past week.
We all fucking picked the fucking Bills.
Josh Allen not doing Josh Allen things. Let me tell you, 8 sacks against Josh Allen. What the fuck? Sorry, I went a little off there.
Fair. That's fair.
Yeah, for Josh Allen. Amy, I hope you're not listening.
Yeah, that's horrible.
She was pissed, by the way, at Josh Allen this week because it cost her fucking fantasy this week, and now she fell out of playoff contention, and now she's fucking irritated. But she's got 2 weeks to make it up before the playoffs start. Anyways, Texans 23, Mills 153 passing, 2 touchdowns. They did this with a backup fucking quarterback. Mark 74 yards rushing, Nico Collins 55 yards receiving, Allen 253 yards passing, no touchdowns. No, unfortunately,
wasn't his day.
Yeah, Cook 116 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. Shakir 110 yards receiving. Not a good showing for the Bills, but they've kind of been up and down this season too. Not really exciting me, not doing anything, but I still have. They're going to make postseason. Let's see how far they can go there. Next game, Ravens 23, Jets 10. Since Lamar's been back, they've been on fire. Trying to work their way back up.
They're like 1-5, and now they're 6-5.
Yeah. Lamar's brought him right back, but Lamar's fucking good, even though I don't really like Lamar. Yeah, he's Lamar. Even though if you look at the stats of this game, doesn't really make much sense. Lamar 153 yards passing.
Okay.
Henry 64 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. Flowers 58 yards receiving. For the Jets, Tyrod Taylor 222 yards passing, 1 touchdown. Hall 44 yards rushing, 75 yards receiving. The stats kind of stacked to the Jets, but
you had D. Henry get those close touchdowns.
Yeah, those 2 touchdowns. Yeah, I mean Derrick Henry, for the amount of yards that him and fucking Barkley put up last year, they're not doing shit.
They're definitely not.
Next game, had to write this one down because it's a divisional matchup. It's a divisional fucking team. Like, we're all Lions fans.
Divisional round.
It's a division. They're in a
divisional
division,
game. Yes.
But it wasn't a divisional game. They played the Steelers. Fuck. Bears 31, Steelers 28. Now I think this game would have turned out a little bit different if
fair
Aaron Rodgers. Yes, that is a good point. I'll ask a question here in a little bit that'll kind of back that up. But Bears 31, Caleb Williams 239 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. Monengai, I heard somebody say that name, Monengai. I think I'm saying that correctly this week.
We'll go
48 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. DJ Moore 64 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns. Compared to the Steelers, Mason Rudolph 171 yards passing, 1 touchdown. Gainwell 92 yards rushing, and Austin III 36 yards receiving. I think this game would have been much different if Aaron Rodgers wasn't hurt. I mean, as a fan, I'm going to say that. But there's you got Jonathan Taylor.
I was going to say number 1 running back is Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah,
he has a couple off games, but he's continue.
Okay, next game, Patriots 26, Bengals 20. Patriots still on a roll.
Best team in the AFC.
Patriots are back. Drake May 294 yards passing, 1 touchdown. Henderson 66 yards rushing. Henry 115 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. Compared to the Bengals, Flacco 183 yards passing, 1 touchdown. Brown 107 yards rushing, and Iosivas.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, 61 yards receiving. Patriots still doing it. I mean, who had on their bingo card this year that the Patriots would be back without Brady? But they're back.
God, I wish I would have known.
Yep. Next game, the game that we all probably paid attention to that had me so fucking stressed out. I thought I was having a stroke. The Lions 34 versus the Giants 27. What a fucking game. You know what I mean?
They played gritty. They played the game they needed to.
I don't even know if they deserved to win that one, but they fucking pulled it out and they won it.
They scored more points.
But I mean, the highs and lows of that game.
It was an off game. That's what the grit is. They had grit. They won it. It is what it is. They weren't firing on all cylinders. They made it happen. But go with the stats, Big Timmy.
Stats: Goff 279 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Gibbs 219 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. He also had 45 through the air and another touchdown. St. Brown 149 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. Pretty good fucking offensive stats.
He is second in Lions franchise for most yards in a game behind Calvin Johnson, aka Megatron.
And Gibbs is on pace to break Barry's record and become the number 1 fastest.
That'd be fucking nuts.
Before the most touchdowns before the age of 24. Giants, Winston 366 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Tracy Jr. 62 yards rushing. Robertson 156 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. This game, like I said,
Winston gave him the best chance to win.
Yeah, Winston looked amazing. He's always been a good quarterback, but he's always had the tendency to throw picks. And I mean, he threw a pick in this game. Not that it turned into anything on that play. Another questionable call against Branch that I didn't think was fucking pass interference that almost swayed the outcome of this game that pissed me the fuck off. But the Lions stuck together. They got gritty. They won this thing. And let me tell you, I've never been so excited in my life. That overtime when Gibbs goes off, runs that long-ass fucking touchdown run, and then all of a sudden fucking Aiden Hutchinson comes out and shuts this thing down with a fucking sack. I was bouncing around the living room like a lunatic. I thought I was having a heart attack while I was bouncing around. Me and Chase looked like fucking just dumb as hell bounce. I wish Amy would have fucking recorded it because it would have probably went viral as fuck, but she was a little off on her timing of thinking about recording because that was so up and down. Like I thought for a second they were going to lose and then they were back. Then they're going to lose and they're going to back. Like I was going to cry and then I was going to cheer and then I was going to cry and I was going to cheer. But it all worked out in the end. Like I was super fucking happy with that game. Jason, do you have any thoughts on that game?
Yeah, I wasn't able to watch it.
Damn,
so
okay.
I just saw the highlights. What I took away from, I saw your TikToks before I saw the highlights, and I'm like, oh my god! Like I was watching the CBS game because that's what I had available here.
Gotcha.
But I kept looking at the scores. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? It was like
100%
Giants.
It was a game. It was definitely one that the Giants are not a bad team. They're not a bad team, and they can surprise you. And I really want, let's continue these stats because there's one game I do want to talk about a lot.
Let's see if I wrote it down. But
I know you did because it's your second favorite team.
Packers 23 over the Vikings 6. Kind of figured. I think we all picked this game.
Okay, pause. Do you guys think the Vikings after this season will move on from J.J. McCarthy the way he's playing?
No.
Okay.
I think it's going to take a couple years to prove because he's had some shining points this season. He's had some downs, but Jordan Love 139 yards passing, Wilson 107 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns, Watson's 49 yards receiving, J.J. McCarthy 87 yards passing, Mason 42 yards rushing, Jefferson 48 yards receiving. That Packers defense just pretty much shut them the fuck down, to be honest. And that's, I mean, they've built a hell of a defense there. It's one of the toughest, and we have to look forward to that on Thursday once again. But I think we're going to play them a lot tougher than what the Vikings did, and I think we should have been in that game, the first game of the year when we played them and we lost, or the first time we played them this year and we lost. I think this is going to be a lot closer of a game on Thursday with the Lions, and I'm looking forward to it. I think the Lions walk away with a win, but we'll get to that here in a little bit when we make our picks. The next game that Eric really wants to get into is the Chiefs 23 over the Colts 20. Mahomes 352 yards passing, Hunt 104 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. Rashee Rice 41 yards receiving. Compared to the Colts, old Danny Dimes 181 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Jonathan Taylor 58 yards rushing, and Doolin 48 yards receiving. Eric, I want to know your thoughts on this game, and then I'll give you mine.
You're not going to be able to beat the Chiefs in the postseason if you only put up 18 yards in the fourth quarter.
Correct.
You need to stick to what you know. You have JT in the backfield that's been killing it. Feed him the ball. You don't have to give him every down, but you need to mix it up more than you did because the Chiefs took over in the fourth quarter, and it shows. You're not going to beat the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game because that's what I see the AFC Championship game being. You need to stick to what you know. JT is your fucking way to beat them. Lions coming up for better. It's very true.
That is very true. My thoughts on this game. I did not get to watch this game because
I was flipping back and forth from overtime because the Lions and the
yeah.
I was flipping back and forth.
I couldn't watch it on my TV because it wasn't available to me at that current period.
Well, if you had NFL Red Zone, you could have watched both the games on both screens.
But yeah, Chiefs. Everybody needs to realize one thing. I see so much shit about the Chiefs online that the Chiefs are done this year, like they're out. If these teams don't, and I'm a Chiefs fan.
That was their toughest test this year so far because the Colts have been firing on all cylinders. And, if you're only going to put up 18 yards in the fourth quarter, you're not going to beat the Chiefs in the postseason.
Well, and the Chiefs defense is legit.
Yeah, and the Chiefs in the postseason are a different monster.
They are a different monster. So I'm just putting this out there. I will give them credit. Do not sleep on the Kansas City Chiefs. They get into the postseason. Well, I'm just saying this because a lot of people don't seem to understand this online. They're like, the Chiefs are done, the Chiefs are done, the Chiefs are done. The Chiefs may not win their division this year, but if they sneak in on a wild card, and they still have a chance to win it. There's enough games left where they can win the division.
I think Denver's got it on.
The Chiefs sneak into there as a wild card, they're going to the fucking Super Bowl. I'm calling it now. Like, you cannot. Chiefs in the postseason are a completely different fucking Chiefs than the Chiefs in the regular season. The lineup is stacked this year. They have statistically a better team than what they had last year. They actually have receivers now. The offensive line is still a little weak. The defense is legit. If you let them get into the postseason, they're going to take it all the way back to the Super Bowl.
Just like I said earlier in the college football take, defense travels. But continue with your stats.
All right, next game. No, I got 3 more.
Okay.
This is another fun one. Cowboys 24, Eagles 21. Dak Prescott, 354 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Williams, 87 yards rushing. Pickens, 146 yards receiving. Compared to the Eagles side, Hurts, 289 yards passing, 1 touchdown. 33 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. Brown, 110 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. Before you really get into the fact that the Eagles lost this game, you have to remember this is a divisional matchup, and these games are always tough. When you're playing in division, they are tough. Don't sleep on the Eagles yet because they lost to the Cowboys, but also don't sleep on the Cowboys because I've been saying all season, I think they're a fucking playoff team this year. Do I think they go deep into the playoffs? No. But I do think they're a playoff team this year. The offense is doing really fucking well this year. The defense is slacking behind a little bit, but you cannot sleep on Dallas either. Dallas is a good team. We're going to really see a good test for them when they come up here in a few weeks and they play the Lions to see how they're doing against the Lions.
Side note is Dak Prescott became the #1 franchise leader in passing yards. He passed Tony Romo.
Yes. But I have always said since the beginning of the season, Dak was going to have a good year, and he's back to having a fucking good year. Next year, he'll fucking suck. Mark my word now. Next year, Dak will be fucking trash next year.
Okay.
It's up and down every year. Anybody have any thoughts of that game? Because that was
I didn't watch it.
I don't think any of us picked Dallas to win that game.
No, we all picked Eagles.
I mean, that was a smart pick. Eagles are the better team, but it's a divisional matchup. You don't know how that's going to go.
Yep.
Next game, I did watch this one. Rams beat the shit out of the Bucks. 34-7.
This is where I fucked up. I picked the Bucks, didn't I, Jason?
Yes,
you did.
Fuck!
And I didn't waver off the Rams. Stafford, 273 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. Williams, 46 yards rushing, and Nakua, 97 yards receiving. Compared to the Bucks, Teddy Bridgewater was actually the leading passer in this game. 62 yards passing. Tucker, 42 yards rushing. Igbuka, 32 yards receiving. Yeah, I've been saying that, Justin, since the beginning. If you go back and listen to our preseason thing, I said that exactly on how it was going to work out.
He did.
Rams. I'll make a statement.
Rams are the Rams.
Yeah.
They're going to win the Super Bowl this year. It's going to be a Rams Kansas City Super Bowl.
I don't know if I'd go that far yet. If I had to pick, I'll tell you what Hold on. Next game. 49ers 20 over the Panthers 9. I'm sorry, Jason.
We all picked the Panthers, didn't we?
No, I picked the 49ers.
So did you, Eric.
Okay, good. Fuck the Panthers.
Brock Purdy, 193 yards passing, 1 touchdown. McCaffrey, 89 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. Kittle, 78 yards receiving. Compared to the Panthers, 169 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 38 yards rushing, 36 yards receiving. I was really hoping this game was going to be a little bit closer because I was excited about
Panthers
this
had
one.
a good chance. Birdie threw 3 interceptions. Purdy threw 3 interceptions.
He did. Justin, I do think he does. I think he's having a career year. And if he doesn't get MVP this year, he's gotten robbed. I think the only other one contending with him this year is probably Jonathan Taylor, to be honest, because I don't see any other quarterbacks doing what Stafford's doing.
Besides Drake May.
I mean, besides Drake May, but I think that's still a little early. He hasn't been putting up the numbers that Stafford's been putting up. Stafford's been fucking unbelievable, and so is Jonathan Taylor. But then we have arguments for Gibbs this year, too, because he's been fucking unbelievable. But I think Stafford, if I had to say, and I made a post about this on TikTok, which I wasn't talking about this. It was lead up to the Carolina versus the 49ers game where I made a comment. You know, the NFL's been so fucking weird this year that, you know, if I had to say right now, like the two best teams are the Rams and the Patriots, but it's been so like up and down that like you don't know who's going to win the fucking Super Bowl at this point. Like you can say the two best teams are the Rams and the Patriots, but are they the ones that are going to go on and win the fucking Super Bowl? The Eagles are still up there. There's still a lot of teams that are still playing really good ball. The Chiefs, I still think are going to sneak in there on a wild card spot and run straight to the fucking Super Bowl. You know, the Bills still have an argument. They still have a good season going on. The Lions still have a good season going on. I don't believe in the Bears yet because the Bears haven't really played a team that fucking matters yet. You know, they've got a lot of wins, but
Besides us, and we beat them.
yeah, we beat the shit out of them. So, I mean, it's so hard to call at this point in time what it's going to be. But yeah, I mean, right now, the NFL, it's shaping out. It's the Rams versus the fucking Patriots. It's so
We'll
weird
see
to
what
fucking
happens.
say. And if it's that comes down to that, I mean, I got 2 Stafford jerseys hanging on the back right behind Eric right there.
It does.
I've always been a fucking Stafford fan. I'd be rocking the blue Rams jersey back there for the Super Bowl.
So do we get in our picks or do we do it on our bonus show tomorrow?
No, we can get our picks right now.
Oh, okay. Well,
I
I kind of want to keep the fans that, you know, on their seats because, you know, it is a very hot
But we
race.
haven't even 100% confirmed a bonus show.
That was confirming it right there.
Well,
We
that's
have
you
to make our
confirming it,
picks.
but is Jason confirming it?
Well, that's what I was trying to get on our 3 boats. But
And I
guess
still got to make sure the wife doesn't have any fucking plans.
that's
tomorrow.
fair. Make our
That's where
picks.
I'm at too. I got.
Yeah, we don't have wives. We don't have wives, so we can do whatever we want because we're men.
And you know what, Scott? It might not even be any of those two if last year has anything to say about it.
Get into the picks. Let's see the Turkey Day games.
All right, Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, we get a Turkey Day triple header. The Green Bay Packers will be in Detroit to play the Lions. Gentlemen, I'm going Detroit here.
I'm going Detroit.
Detroit.
Well, you got to stay
It's a
with the
revenge
hometown
game. It's a
team.
revenge game.
The Kansas City Chiefs will be playing the Dallas Cowboys.
I'm going Chiefs.
Who you got, Jason?
Dallas.
I'm gonna go Dallas.
Chiefs are backed into a corner. They got to win it.
Dallas. So does Dallas.
No, they're not backed in a corner.
I
like
think
the
Dallas.
Chiefs are. Chiefs have the better team overall. They have
Yeah,
a
but
solid
that-
defense.
there's a
They
lot
have
of
an
upsets this
outstanding
year.
offense. They have the best quarterback in the league.
It's
Ravens.
Thanksgiving in Dallas. Cowboys generally show up to play on.
That is
on
true.
that day.
Here's a
They're
Patrick
going to
Mahomes.
lose. I
You pick
went
your
against
team.
my fucking Chiefs last week to pick Indy with you guys, and it bit me in the fucking ass. Otherwise, I'd have been 10-4.
Well,
Never going
all right.
against them again.
No, should have this time,
Well-
but
Baltimore Ravens hosting the Cincinnati Bengals.
Ravens.
even though Joe Burrow's back, I'm going Ravens.
I am too.
I mean, Lamar's been hot since he's been back, and they've just been doing nothing but winning. All they do is
true.
win, 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 no matter what.
And in a special Friday game, the Chicago Bears will be going to Philadelphia
No.
to play the Eagles.
I'm picking the Eagles, and the Bears are about to get shut the fuck out.
Yeah, Eagles.
Same.
This is going to be a matchup that we were waiting to see. Chicago is not going to fare very well against the Eagles.
They got lucky against Pittsburgh.
Well, because fucking Rodgers was out.
That's true too.
All right, now we move to Sunday, the early games. The New Orleans Saints will be in Miami to play the
Barn
Dolphins.
burner. Barn burner right here. I'm going to go Dolphins.
I am too.
I'm going Saints.
Okay. Indianapolis Colts hosting the Houston Texans.
Colts. They're gonna have a bounce back game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be about, but I mean, don't take anything away from that Texans fucking defense. That Texans defense is tough, but I'm going to go Colts here.
It's a divisional game. They got to win.
Yeah.
I am too, going with the Colts. I am also going to go with the New York Jets as they will be hosting the Atlanta Falcons.
You're fucking up. I'm going to Atlanta.
I'm going Atlanta, especially if old Kirk Cousins is going to be there behind
Dropping
center.
dimes.
Dropping dimes. Kirk Cousins coming back.
Nope, this is the upset of the weekend right here.
I agree with you right there, Scott. If the Bears beat the Eagles, we do have big fucking problems.
That's true. But continue with the next game.
San Francisco 49ers heading to Cleveland to play the Browns.
49ers.
49ers.
Yep. And then the
Damn, this is where we get one.
Ugh.
We get
Carolina
one against Jason.
Panthers.
If he's smart.
Carolina Panthers hosting the Los Angeles Rams.
Jason, you pick first here.
You fucker. I listen, I gotta go Rams on this.
Rams.
I'm going Rams. I thought you were 100% you were going to pick
No,
the
he's not
Panthers.
that stupid. You
Gotta
got to make
pick
up
your
some
team,
picks.
Jason.
Listen, I gotta make some ground here, Tim.
Yeah.
If for nothing else, I have to overtake Eric for the number 2 spot.
He's trying. He's trying.
Tennessee Titans hosting the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Or Jaguars.
Yeah, Jaguars.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was heading to. And then Arizona Cardinals heading to Tampa Bay to play the Buccaneers.
You know what? If Baker wasn't hurt right now, I would 100% lean Buccaneers. But with Baker out and relying on Bridgewater, and I think Bridgewater is a great quarterback, but you know, Jacoby Brissett's been putting up fucking outrageous numbers this year. I'm going to go with the Arizona Cardinals.
I am too.
Going Tampa Bay.
I knew you were.
I think they're going to be okay.
All right. The late games on Sunday sees the Minnesota Vikings at the Seattle Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Yeah, Seahawks. Vikings are a dumpster fire right now.
Yeah, Darnold's been looking really good this year. Jason, we didn't hear your pick. I got to hear it on there.
Seattle.
Okay.
Seattle. I'm going to go with the Bills over the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I'm going to lean the same way there. I think Josh Allen's been so up and down, but I think this is going to be an up week for him. I think Josh Allen's going to do Josh Allen things.
I'm going to take the Bills. I'm just very curious about the next game.
I totally fucked that up.
Yep, that's why I'm so confused.
I got the wrong LA team on there. That is my bad. I just realized that.
They're playing 2 games this week?
That's why I was confused. I'm like, they're playing early.
It's actually
and then late.
the Chargers.
The Chargers are hosting the Raiders.
Divisional matchup.
I'm going Chargers.
I'm going to go Chargers as well.
Yeah, same. And then Sunday Night Football sees the Washington Commanders hosting the Denver Broncos. I'm going to go Broncos on this.
Me
Broncos.
too. Broncos. They've been too damn good. Bo Nix is having a good fucking season.
Great season.
All right, and that brings us to Monday Night Football, which will have the New England Patriots hosting the New York Giants.
Patriots.
Patriots.
Did you go Patriots too, Jason?
Just
He's picking the
because
G-men.
I almost did.
I could tell.
For the upset. But I was like, no, I got to make up some goddamn
You got to be smart.
room here. Yes. So, all right. There you go. That is week 13 coming up in the National Football League. We will be discussing whether or not there's going to be a bonus show for tomorrow night. If there is, we will be relaying that information across all of our socials, Facebook, TikTok, X, wherever you keep track of us. And if you do keep track of us and you have not done so already, please hit the like and share button, subscribe if it's on YouTube. We would certainly appreciate that support so we can get our numbers up, especially on the TikTok front, so that we can incorporate TikTok into our live simulcast.
Hey, we're rolling there, buddy. I've been, it's really been picking up the last couple of days, so we're rolling.
Well, then tell your wife that Down Syndrome Clifford's busy tomorrow with another bonus show.
I'll give you
If
some
you pay attention to
I'll
our
give you some
shows,
insight to that here in a minute, Eric, once we're offline.
you pay attention to those shows. I called him that one time because he was wearing his Patrick Mahomes jersey one show. Lead us off, Jason.
All right. We certainly appreciate everybody who tuned in here tonight. If you haven't done so already, check out our online store, pfcstore.printify.me or pfcholidays2025.printify.me. Stay tuned to all of our socials for all the latest news, information, maybe bonus shows. We'll see how that goes. And one more time, Eric and I will be live in Holly, Michigan at Taylor's Tavern this Saturday for the Michigan-Ohio State game. We go on the air at 11:45. Kickoff is at noon. Come on out, and we'll have 4 microphones set up. So if you want to be on the show with us, you will have that opportunity. I mean, Eric and I are going to take up 2 of them, but we'll have 2 open mics. Scott, I'm looking at you, pal. With that, go out, be awesome to yourselves and to each other. Happy Thanksgiving. We are thankful for each and every one of you. We'll see you next time right here on the Sports Reel Podcast on the PFC Entertainment Network.
Go Blue. Shut up, Tim. Don't even
Go
fucking say it.
Lions.
Okay, that's fine.
Go Pistons. Go Red Wings. Go Ohio.
All right.